So I got some subscriber asking me how do I make my shooting box. So since I was going to make one anyway, so I figured I might as well do a video, show you how it's done. So what I use is I use a 3/4 inch ply. You can get any plywood, whatever, but this is one of the nicer one. Leftover material from one of my other projects. So I'm going to list out the dimension and the sizes of these boards, so you can get that information later. Essentially, what this is, just a box. It's about 6 inches wide, 12 inches width, and then the height is about 12 inches. So, anyway, so basically what it is inside, you can see here I have a clip here to hold my target paper. It's basically for a binder clip. And I think they're like 42 millimeter. You can use anything you want. To make it easier, you could also use a tuck pin just to pin it down, right? So I figure use this one, it's easier. So inside, I have duct seal. You can buy it, at least it used to, for me anyway, I used to be able to buy it from Home Depot. It comes with maybe 6 inches by about 2.5 or 2 inches wide. And I think they're about inch and a half thick. So that's plenty. So for this size box, I have, I think, 7 pieces. And then behind the duct seal, I have a 3/16 thick steel plate. So just so that to prevent anything from coming through, because I'm shooting high power. So the duct seal will hold the pellet initially, but over time it's going to disintegrate and then go through. So with my steel plate in the back, I guarantee that there's nothing go through. If my caliber is too strong, too powerful, then I go with a thicker plate. So that's interchangeable. So essentially that's it. And then I have a strap here, just for handle to carry it around easier, because this thing is heavy with the duct seal and steel plate, plus all that lead that you're going to be collecting over time. So anyway, let me show you. So I already pre-cut all my boards. So basically you have a bottom piece, and the bottom piece is slightly, where's my bottom piece? This is my bottom piece. There's a bottom here, and then I have 2 sides, a back, and then a top. That's it. So pretty simple, and you just use any wood screw to hold everything in place. So what I've done was, I'll give you the dimension in the description. So what I've done was I already pre-drill holes here. That way I'm not splitting wood. You don't really have to do that, depending on the type of wood you're using. So, and then a couple of strips of 1/2 inch just for the front here. The reason I'm doing it is because chances are sometimes when I miss a shot or something, I would hit the edge here. So instead of replacing the whole board, I just replace this if I ever hit it. Something happens a long distance, the wind drift or something, I could just drift off because my target is here and then I'll hit side, right? So this is easy to replace. Basically screw a couple of screws here to hold these down. And then that also holds this clip, this binder clip. So like I said, you can use different size. I'm using the smaller one, the 42 millimeter. You can go even heavy duty one. So let's put it together. Okay, so let's put these together. Let's basically line everything up. Make sure it's nice and flush. The other side. So it's pretty easy to do. If you have some basic carpentry skill, this is okay. So that's the two sides. So these are 6" by 12", and this is, I think it's a 10. I think I can't remember the measurement right now, and then by 12. So let's do the bottom now. So the bottom, I'm gonna let it hang longer in the back, just so that when you're hitting it this way, it has a tendency to tip backward. So at least this way, a little bit more material in the back. I mean, you can make the back here even longer, just in case how much force you're gonna shoot. But with all the lead and duct seal in there, it's fairly heavy, so it's not going to tip over by any chance. But I still like to have a little bit on the back, just for better support. So just line everything up, and then I have this 1/2". So that's my gauge. So just line that flush to it, so I know how far I need to be. You can also mark it as well at the bottom, and then center the line up. You want everything to be nice and square, obviously. So, like I said, I already did this box the other day. Now I'm just reassemble again because I messed up with the recording last time. So. Okay, that's the bottom. I'm doing the top. So when I do the top, I just basically line everything up so it finishes flush. So I start with the back. Just find the location where your screw is going to go so that you don't interfere with the screw that went in the back. So I shift it over slightly a little bit, just so that I miss the other screws. We're going to make sure everything's nice and flush so that everything's square. And that's it. And I got a couple screws up here for my rope. So use anything you want. You can even mount a bracket, a handle, so you can grab it, but since I have rope, it's easier. And essentially that's it. The next thing you need to do is having the strips. Place it here, but before you do that, you have the clip. You clip it over like this, like so. Right? And then you line it up on either side. So basically I mark it wherever I want it to be, top and bottom. Now, the other thing that you need to do, you don't have to, but you can, is to cut out a slot here for the back end of this binder clip, because it's not sitting flush to it. Like I I said, it's no big deal. You can just go ahead and pin it down. It's just not flush and finish. You're gonna have a bowl on the side. So I'm not gonna do that right now. So on my box that I have made, that's what I just did. So the back of this piece of wood, I trim off a little bit of material, and this thing will sit flush. So you can see it's nice and flush and tight. So essentially, that's it with my shooting box. Like I said, you can use an even stronger clip if you want, versus the smaller one. So actually, now that I'm looking at this, I might use this next size up, bigger and stronger, because sometimes I do hit these and they get damaged, right? So I don't know if you can see here, this piece is actually got shot somehow, and it's bent. So if you can use like a stronger one, I think for this box I'm going to use these bigger size. And then with the bigger size, then I would definitely need to recess and cut out some of the material just to allow this little knob here. And so that way it sits flush. A couple screws, and then off you go. And then go get put a steel plate in the back. You can either get exactly the same size, but I probably use a little bit smaller. That way you can fit it in. And then what I do is to hold down the plate, I put 4 screws, bottom and then top, just to hold it in place. And then the duct seal sit on top. Duct seal itself is very sticky, so it will stay in put. And then that's it. So basically, for maintenance, you just clean out the excess lead, and then tap it in with new material to the whole area where you shot the most. Because for me, typically, I got 6 targets, right? And basically, these are the area I'm shooting the most. And then sometimes I just switch it and I do just a center line. That way I'm shooting in the middle, 3 shots. So, but it's no big deal. You can always have these in with a hammer, or you can remove the lead that accumulate in these spots. Remove them and then tap them in with a block, and then get more duct seal, fill them in, and then you're good to go. So like I said, these are very thick. I'll do a close-up later, that way you can see what's inside. And essentially that's it. Very simple to do. Say you have some basic carpentry skill, this is no problem. And for me, I like to do at least 2 targets anyway. This way, what I do is when I'm in the field, I set this at, let's say, 30 yards, and then I set a second one at 50 yards, and then I do my test. So that way I don't keep moving. So I can shoot 30 yards, 50, and then maybe, and then I push it back to 75 to 100. So this is the inside of my shooting box. You can see these are all duct seal. So actually, I forgot to mention there's a catcher here. There's a piece of another piece of wood that I screw in just to hold the debris from falling out. As they get accumulated at the bottom, they're gonna fall out. So yeah, this is my shooting box, and pretty easy to do. So you can see the clip here. Screw it down to hold it in place, and then clip on my paper. And that's the back. And then the handle here for the grip to carry around. You can stain it, paint it, whatever. But yeah, that's my shooting box. Catching on my pellet when I do target practice.